Good afternoon. Um, my video response will be on Bruce Jenner, the Bruce Jenner and Diane Sawyer interview, which is the first interview that was done when Bruce Jenner started his transition into Caitlyn. So the first question was discuss what you observed in the video. Okay, in this video, I basically observed the Formula Olympian, who is Bruce Jenner. Um, she greeted Diane Sawyer at her door, and she appears to be already sort of emotional, which she also states to Diane that this will be sort of an emotional video or emotional interview. I'm sorry. So she already appears to be sort of emotional before the interview even starts. Um, so he sits down and have a conversation with Diane, in which he confirms that he identifies as a woman, and he has felt that way since he was a kid. Okay, he reveals that he's tired of living a lie as living as a man, and that in his soul he truly feels that he is a woman. Diane asks whether he is gay, and he states that he's not. He always have been interested in women, but just as far as how he feels as if he is a woman. Inside, he doesn't feel like a man, even though that's what he was born as. Okay. He also uh, takes down his ponytail, in which I feel is a gesture of allowing him, or when we say we're gonna let our hair down as women, that's what he does when he takes down his ponytail and shakes his hair free, which kind of gives off a gesture as if he's letting his hair down in order to relax and release and be able to speak freely and openly with Diane about what he's doing in his life right now. Okay, what type of questions that were used? The types of questions I feel were used in this video were open-ended questions. They were kind of like behavioral type questions, in which some were direct questions, like Diane asked Bruce, for instance, or Caitlyn, for instance, is he a woman? And he states that for all intentional purposes that he is, for everything that he's done, or all the changes or how he feels himself, that he is a woman. Okay. So I feel like there were open-ended behavioral type questions in this interview. How does this appear to be affected by the ability to gauge body language? Well, during the interview, Bruce Caitlyn appears to be confident. His posture and position is giving the impression that he is showing us his true self, which is the person that he is deep down, and which is that he's basically a woman, and that's how he feels. Overall, his gestures are showing that he is pretty confident, that he feels good about what he's doing, and because it's something that he's felt all his life, and he just is confident in what the changes he's making for himself. He also seems very vulnerable as well. His body position or his facial expressions, or sometimes, or the way he sits or rests his head on his hand, sometimes shows us he's a little vulnerable about everything that's going on, a little emotional, but which is to be expected because it's a major life-changing experience that he's going through or dealing with. Okay. To what extent do interviewers use single, multiple questions, direct or indirect questions? Most of the questions that Diane Sawyer used were single, direct questions. She gives Bruce time to process the questions and answer completely before she asks her next questions or continued line of questioning. As far as the continued line of questioning, then there would I could say that there are also multiple questions that were asked in the interview, because there were a line of questions in order to get a full picture of what it was being asked and what Bruce is trying to explain about the reason he's doing what he's doing and why he's doing what he's doing and how he feels about it and how he feels about how other people feel about it. So there were single and multiple lines of questioning, but they were definitely direct. There weren't any indirect questioning. Diane asked him directly what it is that she wanted to know about everything that's going on and what the public may have wanted to know. How does the question type influence the interview? Well, the question types, the way you ask questions greatly influence an interview, because if you just ask direct, single line questioning, they could be like a job interview where the person who is the interviewer are just asking just basic questions, and the interviewee is just answering. That's, it doesn't allow for any conversation most times. But in the type of questioning that happened in the interview, it allowed for it to be more of a conversational type interview rather than just a question and answer. It allows the interview to be able to flow freely, and it gives Bruce an opportunity to express who he is or who he's becoming and why he's doing it. It is very important to know or to ask questions a certain way in order to get the information that you need, because like I said, it allows one type of questions just allow you'll get the answer, just a specific answer for a specific question. In other ways, you may get that specific answer, but you also get be able to get more information or get more in-depth answers about why things are happening or what's going on, as opposed to a basic answer. Alright, that ends the questions for the video response. I hope that I have answered the questions in a way that I needed to. Alright, thank you.